For years, terracotta army has been one of the greatest discoveries of the past. Do you know that terracotta warriors sat untouched underground for more than 2,200 years? Not only they are life-size, they are also extremely life-size. Some believe they were real people who turned into statues, but there are no historical records of them or an underground army. Imagine wanting to live forever. That's what Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, wanted. He believed that if he had an army to protect him, he could live forever. So he decided to build a huge tomb complex where he could rest forever. This tomb wasn't just any tomb. It was as big as 20 square miles. It was like a big city where he planned to be buried. Inside this area, there's something amazing called the terracotta army, which guards the emperor's tomb. There's a mystery that surrounds the terracotta army. It is said that all the soldiers were once real people. The emperor, Qin Shi Huang, made them drink mercury so they could return and guard him in the afterlife. He believed it was the elixir of life. When Qin Shi Huang was just 13 years old, he became the emperor. He was young but full of big ideas. One of his first ideas was to start building his tomb. Can you imagine being in charge of such a big project at such a young age? It was a huge task, but Qin Shi Huang was determined to see it through. Building the tomb was no easy job. It took over 700,000 workers to make it happen. These workers worked hard day and night to create something amazing. They didn't just build any old tomb. They built an entire army out of clay. It was like making thousands of clay statues, but much, much bigger. Imagine working on something for 40 years. That's how long it took to finish the terracotta army. For 4 decades, people kept working on it, adding more soldiers, chariots, and horses. It was a long, hard job, but they didn't give up. They knew they were making something special that would last forever. In the year 1974, something amazing happened. Farmers in China stumbled upon a hidden treasure. They found the terracotta army buried underground. Can you imagine their surprise? It was like finding a secret buried treasure. Little did they know they had just discovered one of the wonders of the world. When experts started counting, they couldn't believe their eyes. There were over 8,000 soldiers, 130 chariots, and 670 horses. It was like an entire army had been frozen in time. Each soldier stood tall and proud, ready to protect the emperor even in the afterlife. Warriors were equipped with real weapons, including swords, spears, crossbows, and daggers. They were well conserved, protected with a layer of chromium when the archaeologists stumbled upon them. But the surprises didn't stop there. As people dug deeper, they found more than just soldiers. They found acrobats, musicians, and even birds made of clay. It was like discovering a whole world hidden underground. Each new find brought more wonder and excitement. What's really amazing is that every soldier is different. No 2 soldiers are alike. Each one has its own face, its own clothes, and its own pose. It's like they're all real people frozen in time. Can you imagine making so many unique statues? It must have taken a lot of skill and patience. It is believed that artisans of the warriors carved a crude map of Qin Shi Huang's tomb, which still remains sealed. The map is said to reveal how to enter the tomb safely without being booby-trapped by rigged crossbows. Archaeologists have not been able to excavate the emperor's grave as they believe it is too toxic due to high levels of mercury found in chemical tests. It is thought that the mercury was used to simulate rivers in the massive mausoleum. Chinese also do not wish to open the tomb until scientists find a way to keep it preserved, as many of the warriors have lost their colors because of exposure to the air. As time went on, people wanted to make sure the soldiers stayed looking good. So, scientists came up with clever ways to keep them safe. They found ways to protect the colorful paint on the soldiers so that it wouldn't fade away. It was like giving the soldiers a coat to keep them warm and shiny. The biggest mystery about the terracotta army is still unsolved. The Emperor Qin Shi Huang's tomb hasn't been opened yet. People are curious about what's inside because no one knows for sure. Some say it's full of treasures, while others believe it's protected by traps. But until the tomb is opened, we can only imagine what secrets it holds. People are still looking forward to the day when they can finally explore the tomb and learn more about China's ancient history.